all the researchers and the organization and organizers, to my friends from India. I'll just share the screen. Okay, thank you so much. So, a very good morning again to everyone. So, I am Akanksha Joshi, a research scholar under the guidance of my guide, Dr. Akanksha Kataria. She is an assistant professor in the Department of Management Studies, Malwa National Institute of Technology, Jaipur, Rajasthan, India. So, I am here to present my topic, that is evolution of talent analytics, managing talent management. So, before beginning that, what is talent management or what is talent analytics? So, we would wonder that what organizations are made up of, or who are the torch bearers of an organization. So, it's not just the infrastructure, not the land, or not only the top management, but the entire workforce is what creates an organization, and it helps in managing the perspective goals of each and every employee working in an organization. So it is not only very important to recruit the right people, but it is also properly to see and to train them and to engage them with their necessary skills, and keep on motivating the employee so that they contribute to the organization's success. And the effort made by the company to recruit them, to cultivate them, to involve them, to retain the best talent is what is known as talent management. So the talent war is the most, the word which comes into the mind after McKinsey presented the word war of talent in 1997. From there, it happens that both the people from both industry and academia had an interest to dig upon what exactly talent is, or what do we infer from war of talent. So, talent management is described as a systematic approach of drawing in the right people, facilitating them in providing equal opportunities while keeping the focus on what exactly is the organizational goal. And to achieve long term strategic goals, the process of identifying what are the open positions, and who all are the suitable applicants, and then assessing their competencies, the people who have applied to a opening of a position, then assessing them, and then delivering the best training programs after recruiting them to just cope up with the proficiency gap, then effectively engaging them, sustaining them, and also empowering them is what is the entire talent management focuses on. Now, talent becomes an organization core function, and how to handle it, or how organization handle it, is what creates a strong brand image of an organization. Organizations, it is suggested that organizations should aim to develop a community existing of talented workers, wherein they have given adequate opportunities for a very well career advancement path, so that they can contribute more in maximizing their capabilities towards the success of an organization. So it's not just only to recruit them or to give them the project, but it is also very important to nurture them, because a good talent retaining in an organization is all is needed at the end. So, although the connection between the human resource development and the organization process, or the organization success, is well known from many years, like from 1970s it started, but talent management became more formalized from 2000. So why did this happen? So as I mentioned before, that the report of McKinsey in 1997 claimed that there is something which is known as war of talent. See, many organizations are into the one sector. So if I talk about IT sector, there are n number of companies. They are still it's an emerging field in the IT sector. that in every area there are n number of companies emerging. So which applicant to target, or applicant, or it is like two-way connection. It is like the employer is setting an eye on an employee, and then the second part is that employee is setting an eye on an employer. So it is not just a one-way thing, it's a two-way thing, and it should be in a mutual connection between the employee and the employer to have a very successful talent management practices. So organizations that are systematic, or they are diligent in identifying, attracting, choosing, educating them, and encouraging and pushing the workforce within the company are said to be having a good talent management. Then, what is strategic talent management? So, talent management, or I would say talent, is not a specific term which could be defined in a single manner. Talent in a music industry is referred to something else. Talent in a manufacturing industry is related to something else. Talent in an IT company is related to some other parameters. So, seeing all the circumstances or seeing all the environments from the literature, many researchers have focused on n number of definitions which could be given to a term talent or talent management. So, DG Collins with his colleague, uh, propose that strategic talent management could be something, a function which emphasizes on the key roles. Now, key roles here are the top management or the leadership roles, which DJ Colling gave the definition, and they also mentioned that it is the creation of a talent pool of high capabilities, productive candidates to acquire open positions. Again, here the key roles or the high capacity is related to, or only is focusing on the leadership skills or the leadership roles. So this is one of the segment of in talent management which was defined by Colling. The other definitions from the literature goes on the way as attracting, cultivating, and maintaining the talent qualities are the three phases in talent management employment cycle. So, as I mentioned, talent is not something which could be measured from one constraint or from one variable. It has n number of parameters associated with it. So we have n number of, I could say, the definitions related to it. So here's a short video about what exactly talent management is or how it is being perceived by different organizations. Now, so let's start with what exactly the three steps of talent management are. So the first is talent acquisition. So talent acquisition emphasizes on hiring process, is on recruiting and acquiring high potential applicants. So it is the feature that has benefited greatly from technological advancement. So nowadays, companies are there using the job portals or social networking sites such as LinkedIn, Naukri, etc., to recruit candidates, and which is sort of a very popular way nowadays, because a human perspective could be biased in hiring a candidate, but with the use of artificial intelligence or with the use of data analytics, the impartial behavior could be there in recruiting a perfect candidate at a very perfect time. So it is not only getting a very getting a very good footfall on the open job position, but it is also very important that from that footfall to hire a very right candidate on the open position. So artificial intelligence tools like chatbot are used nowadays to review the applicants and undertake initial interviews of the candidate, which saves time for the recruiters. Now, as I mentioned, save time for the recruiters does not mean that it is a one-way process. It is a two-way process. The engagement of an employee to the employer is also important, as it is important employer to employee. So, as if I am the candidate and I'm looking for a company to join, there is a pool of companies present in my way. I can choose company A, company B, company C. But what is that one differentiating factor so that an employee or the candidate should choose a specific company is what is all game about. So the organization nowadays have to be very smart in identifying the correct and the smartest strategy for talent management. And the smartest technology or the smartest, I would say, the strategy in talent management is the use of technological advancement. So, moving further, the use of audio video conferencing tools such as Google Meet, Zoom, WebEx for scheduling and taking the interviews not only reduces the cost but also save times of the both employee and the employer. Next, we have talent development. So, it is not only to hire a specific candidate. It is not only there. It is not the end of the process. The developing a candidate, nurturing a candidate, making them feel like they have a very, they have a very long path in the career is what exactly the organization have to do at this point of time. And also, going through the literature, it was found that previously the organizations were only focusing on the top talent. That is only the I would say the leadership roles or the top management roles to retain. But the trend has changed now. Every employee, be it an entry level employee or a top management employee, every employee is essential for an organization growth. So nowadays, companies are focusing on each and every level of the organization. And with that, it is important to upskill workers in order to strengthen their skills associated with their potential employment to provide them with an interactive atmosphere once they have been hired. So, with the same pace, the organizations again are using the web based or internet based service tools for training and development process. Now, why why technology at this stage? So in today's scenario, the time and cost is the basic thing which has which are the key holders of be it employee or employer to save upon. So it is at one's leisure that they can have training from anywhere at any time. So which also gives the employee the space to gather the skills or to upskill themselves. Then there is a term known as gamification, which was given by these researchers as a tool for employee engagement. But I would say not only a tool for employee engagement, but also a tool for employee development. Why? Because from gamification or from any other tool, there is a 360-degree development. Nowadays, employees are not only focusing on just one constraint, but they are being developed from different perspectives. An employee could be developed from, let's say, a step or a B step. So this is what is the role of gamification or any other tool which is a key driver for a positive environment which helps them to engage and dedicate their skills towards their job. Then AI based tools allow employers to obtain impartial employee output while also providing employees with input on different career development opportunities based on their competency levels. Then we have talent retention. As I mentioned, not only the game stops after hiring them. No, it is to develop, to nurture, and to retain an employee. It is very important for an organization to retain their talent. And that is also a very difficult challenge in preserving them. To retain them, organizations are implementing strategies such as offering reasonable pay scales, secure jobs, prospective professional development, regular guidance, and appreciation. So, these are the strategies which nowadays organizations are following in order to retain their employees. And then, again, the technological advancement we have, the cloud and the data analysis softwares are facilitating the proper utilization of these strategies. How? So they have the predictive data analysis, which provides an early warning to the organization by forecasting the turnover factors, which can be prevented by managing before the workers leave. So this is how technological advancement or data is playing a key role into talent management. So as we have seen that data is, having a major emphasis or major, standing for talent management, there is the need for talent analytics. So talent analytics is used to analyze acquisition and manage and engagement, as well as to prescribe answers to problem like employee turnover, which is the biggest challenge nowadays. So, since it secures informations and provides alternatives to talent related problems like recruiting and managing workforce, talent analytics software provides a strategic competitive benefits to organization. So, data analytics has the power to tell the organization beforehand that what are the factors of that would lead to employee turnover, or what are the factors a company can focus on talent development, or what are the factors organizations should focus or should change the strategy in hiring a particular employee. Organizations use talent analytics to create manpower strategies, engage workers, monitor talent, optimize employee productivities, measure learning outcomes, manage talent flexibilities, and the list goes on. If a company has talent analytics, data analytics in their hand, that's a win win situation for an employee also, because they get the input in an unbiased manner, and a win-win situation for employer, because they have beforehand all the factors which could go for employee turnover. So it has been a research that businesses that adopt business oriented talent analytics double the participation of employee, increase sales, and significantly improve the business metrics. Then talent analytics has six features or has six kind of analytic approaches. So the first one is the statistics of human resource. So it is like determining the most important matrices for company's overall performance. Then second we have analytics. It is like finding the divisions or individual people who need proper attention. As I mentioned, not only hiring is the ultimate target, it is the development also. Then the third is analysis of human financial resources. For an organization, it is very important to have good financial assets in their hand. So analytics is helping the organizations to identify components having major contribution towards increased organization performance. Then the fourth is projections for the workforce. Now, decisions regarding the right time of recruiting the right employees is very important, and this is being led by analytics. Fifth is model of talent performance. Now, factors of talent retention and attrition could again be gathered beforehand the employees leave. And the sixth is distribution network of talent. It is determining requirements according to market changes. So, what is the purpose of my study and the methodology? So, a new technique of talent management is talent analytics, has been implemented in order to gain a competitive edge. So, talent analytics is considered as a blessing because it provides information beforehand. That is the first parameter of using it. Then it helps in developing plans, again through predictive analysis. So in this paper, the aspect of talent management by reviewing the existing literature is being presented, and then the evolution of talent analytics is being proposed by a framework. And this paper explains how talent analytics can be used to predict factors of workforce engagement retention, additionally suggesting a way out to issues like turnover. So this is a conceptual framework being developed from the understanding of literature review. So how does it help how does it help in increasing the organization performance? So on the first box we have talent analytics. So I'll go one by one with the step of talent management. So the first step of talent management is talent acquisition. Now, how the data can help organizations go better with acquisition strategies? It is data analytics for effective talent attraction. Your past strategies could be calculated from predictive analysis and help organizations to develop a plan for the upcoming talent attraction strategies. Then you have talent development. Now, the data analytics for workforce sentiment analysis. Now, this is a very buzzword in the today's world, that is sentiment analysis. Now, talent development not only focuses on the specific project related development. It is the development of an employee as a whole. The development includes the technical skills, the non-technical skills, everything. So the sentiment analysis helps the organization to properly develop the strategies of talent development. Then we have talent retention. Now, predictive data analysis for determining the attrition cause can benefit the organization to beforehand, make a plan to retain an employee, which focuses again on organization performance. So this is a conceptual framework presented in my present study. So analysis goes like in the as referred from the literature review. To gain a competitive edge, businesses are extensively using innovative data approaches to evaluate employee data. Now, data at every second, at every microsecond, millisecond is increasing. Not only in the IT sector, but also data coming from an employer is increasing. So it is very important for the companies to have a strong data analytics tool in their organization in order to in order to gain a maximum output from their employees. Now, companies like Google, for an example, are being able to predict the efficiency, involvement, and loyalty of their employees. How? By data analytics. So, with 1 lakh plus employees as of 2020, Google decided to create a robust database that collects employees' attitude, habit, lifestyle, and employment results. The data is then analyzed using the analytic methods. This method of data analytics has aided Google in managing the exponential growth of its employees. So, this is how data analytics or talent analytics is leveraging the companies to grow more. Then HR managers now have talent analytics approach to compare the investment in talent growth to the company's economic capital gains, which help bridge the gap between human resource department and the organization success. We have seen previously in organization there's a big huge gap between the HR department and the actual economic capital gains. To bridge this gap, talent analytics is there to help both of the departments come together and work hand in hand. Then, according to literature, finding the best talent for right team always been a challenge for organization. Big data poses a tremendous opportunity for talent management processes, especially in terms of increasing team productivity. Then collecting big data to measure the implications and complexity of talent management processes is clearly intended a mixed feeling. How? The reason why it is a mixed blessing, it is how the talent analytics is popular and discovered the adoption of analytics, which is hindered by number of obstacles. But then also, it has the potential to give the organization the right map to gain the competitive edge. This is how it is a mixed blessing. So, and obstacles have been divided into four segments, that is data model, software technology model, people and management model. So, this is how the obstacles have been identified. Then analysis has been done in order to attract and cultivate the best talent. So this was also one of the objectives of the study. So the new employment market, without a doubt, has the most dynamic in the it has ever been. Now, why it is dynamic? Because there are n number of changes in the technology. The employees itself are having huge talent with them. So this is how the market is very dynamic nowadays. With unemployment expected to be double by 2021 as a result of COVID, which can devastatingly affect the UK economy, even the most experienced recruiting expert find it difficult to find and retain the best candidate for their companies. Companies must be able to adapt the changing employee culture norms and appreciate what attracts the new generation and the potential employer. New generation is here referred to as Generation Y, because for Generation Y, only the good compensation package is not enough. Generation Y needs a good working environment, a good teamwork, and n number of factors. This is why the changing employee culture norm should be kept in mind while cultivating them. The talent attraction strategies will sustain for long if organizations build a strong working culture that people admire and wish to be a part of it. Employee benefits with help of company to keep the best people by improving their overall employee performance. As I mentioned, with the rise of Generation Y, most of the job applicants are, considering other factors than pay. Offering adjustable timings or the ability to work from home has become an incredibly attractive way to encourage the best employees to work alongside their busy schedules. So it is very important for an organization to understand the sentiment of their employees. So this is how the talent analytics plays a very important role in managing the employees. Developing an effective talent management plan necessitates the consideration of employee career path from recruiting to promotion. Organization must determine the essential positions, the qualities they seek in an employee, and how to uh, encourage them to work for organization. So finally, we have the conclusion and the discussion. The involvement of technology is now changing the style of how different organizations used to operate their talent management practices. So, with leveraging data analysis technique, which involve data analytics, big data analytics, and related technologies, have leveraged the organization to have a very good economic stand or a very good growth in the today's dynamic market. In order to deal with dynamic market, skill demand and supply ratio, data driven techniques are making the organizations live easier, as now they can predict various factors of employee retention, evaluate the training and development process, manage employees based on their sentiment analysis, and can take key decisions for overall development of an employee by making them more loyal towards the organization goals. Then organizations agree that Generation Y workforce is more concerned with striking balance of between work and their personal life. So there has to be a work-life balance as with respect to Generation Y, which inspires them to use technology, making them more effective and profitable. The data analysis tool that aim to map the feeling of workforce are assisting companies in addressing employees' challenges, insisting trust in them, and providing with them appropriate career development plans. The data driven technologies and processes that are used in human resource can be applied to other areas of business for overall profit maximization, as well as assisting individual employees in tracking their process in their progress and actively planning for potential purposes. So these are the references for the future work, and we are open for the questions and answers.